Right, well it's 3:30 now and that wind has picked up as I'm speaking. Oh, it's frozen. I've decided to change my plans. My hands are absolutely frozen. I literally can't feel my fingers. I need to sort the fingers out. And I'm going to pitch here. It's the first flattish bit. Oh, I literally can't speak. It's the first flattish bit I found. And I'm just exhausted. I'm absolutely exhausted. I'm frozen. I haven't got the energy to make it up there. As I said, I'm all packed up. My plan now is to head up there and see if I can find somewhere to spend tonight. That was my original plan, but I was just too exhausted having come across this section here. I was just too exhausted, so it's been such a nice day, although the forecast for tonight isn't great. It's supposed to get pretty windy and the wind's already picking up now. Well, just made it up to the first section. I think this is called Horn Crag. My target up there, slight side, but look at the views from here. Oh wow, Bowfell Crinkles there, and then across to Greyfriar, Coniston Old Man, Dow Crag, out to the Irish Sea. Wow, wow. Right, I'm going to make my way across this lot and see where I can find. I'm not that fixed on camping anywhere really. I've just got to consider tonight's winds, and if they are what's forecasted, I'd rather get some shelter from them. They're currently coming from southwest, but sorry, they're currently coming from the west, but they're supposed to turn southwest in the night. Wind's up there. Oh. So I've just got my bearings now. I know where I am, having been up here a couple of times before. That's the chalk stone there, and the route is just around that way, and the summit's actually up there somewhere. But look at that, look at all that ice. Pretty cool. Wow, yeah. Right, yeah, so just up along these rocks and then it spits us out near the summit of Slight Side. Just have to be careful in here. I've got these crampons on, so I just need to be careful where there's no ice or snow. So we made it. Slight Side, summit's just up there, I've been to it before. No new Wainwrights for me, I'm not a bagger, so it doesn't matter. I'm not. I'm not. But this is what I came for. My God. I've been up here twice before, and every time I've looked at this I thought this in winter will be absolutely amazing, and it is. Check this out. So now I've got to find somewhere to pitch. The lips are freezing up again. Right, get down there and start having a look around, see if I can find somewhere. I might even go around that end there, I'm not sure yet. Look at the views from here. Cornice is there, keeping away from them. There's one here I think as well, just keeping well away from these edges. Look at that. That's heading up to Scarfell. Wow. And down there is the Samson Stones where I camped at Christmas. Wow. Still looking, there's no phone signal here, so I'm just going to have a look up there, avoiding this. So as much as I love it here, I don't think it's wise. I mean, it's quite breezy now, but the winds is supposed to be over 30 miles an hour tonight, and it's really exposed. So I don't think it's wise. So I'm going to head back towards Slack side and see if there's somewhere there with maybe a bit of shelter. So I've actually got pitched up for night number 2. This pitch is in between Horn Crag and Slight Side. It's 2,340-ish feet. But like I tell you what, it's boiling. I've just got some snow in my cups and that, trying to get it melted because I've no water. And I use a lot of gas melting that, so I'm just got it in there like a little greenhouse. Hopefully it might melt it down a bit. Look at these views though. Wow. Oh my god, this is it. This is a life. Flipping heck. It's only 2:30, but again, I haven't seen anyone at all. Look at that. Ah. Now, I said earlier about the wind tonight, so I'm sort of in between these crags here, but whether it gives me any protection from the wind I don't know, so I'll just have to see. And I've also been having a look at my route back, so it goes down that way tomorrow just in case the weather's bad. It's forecast snow tonight, but who knows. Those skies, just look at that. Wow. Makes me laugh when people say, do you get bored? What? Just watching them clouds there just moving across the sky. watching the planes. That's as taxing as I want it to be. Tell you what I've seen some sheep knocking about. They started off down there and then they've gone up round there now, so they might come round later, checking me out. I'm just going to chill out for a bit and enjoy this, I think. Just been sorting out my food and making sure I know what I've got left. So I've got that dehydrated hot meal, a couple of Nature Valleys, a chocolate bar and a flapjack. That's it. So that'll have to I had that dehydrated breakfast this morning. It's not a lot, but it allows me to stay up here, so I'm going to show you what I've done with the pegs. I've just measured the wind speed. It's about 15 gusting to 20 and the temperature's -4, but I've split the guys like I've mentioned before at this end, so they're pegged individually. I've used you can see how deep the snow is. I've used my ice axe there, that's buried fully in the snow. It must be over a foot deep, the snow. Then I've got my blizzard pegs in there. So yeah, hopefully it's going to be alright. I mean, hopefully we're not going to get 30-mile-an-hour winds, which have been forecast. But yeah, there's a few clouds moving over there now. When they do, they block out the sun, the temperature drops, you can feel it. And that's looking down to where I was last night. Up to Slight Side there. I bet you couldn't pitch there if there was no snow. But with there being so much snow, I managed to get it in. That's the advantage of winter. What a view that is. Bowfell and Crinkle Crags, fantastic. And I might get a sunrise tomorrow over that way if there is one. I tell you what, it's absolutely bitter. So glad I made the effort to stay out another night though. Again, I haven't seen anyone at all, no one. Most people have probably got more sense than to be out in this weather. But we love it, don't we? I think if you love this sort of thing, you know, you love getting out in winter. If you love it but you can't get out, you can still enjoy me coming out and showing you this. The clouds there. That's on Swirl How. Right, I'm going to get back in the tent, I think, and get out of this breeze. Oh, that's just the sun's gone behind that cloud. The temperature just... So I'm going to have one of these. Measuring the wind speed there, it's got up to, it's about 15, then it's gusting at 20, wind chills at -8. And I use my trekking poles as anchors for these guys. Trekking pole, ice axe, trekking pole there, just for a bit more security for this windy end. Don't know if you can see that, it was 18 miles an hour then. Yeah, so hopefully we're going to be alright. Just have to keep my eye on it. So I'm a bit concerned about how much gas I've got left. So instead of having a brew, what I think I'm going to do, my priority is to get some food. So I've got that. So I'm going to use what I'm going to melt. I'm going to melt that with the gas. So I'm going to get this on first and make sure I get something warm to eat rather than have a brew. I think I'm going to be alright for gas, but when you're melting snow, it just uses tons of gas. So I'm going to get the food first, and if I run out of gas after that, I'll just have to I've only got chocolate and cereal bars anyway, so that's my plan. Wish me luck. So it's just 9 o'clock now, and God, it got quite windy earlier, but it's died down, fortunately. I've just looked at the forecast, and it's supposed to sort of pick up in the early hours, and talking about 40-mile-an-hour gusts when I'm packing up, essentially. So I hope they've got that wrong. I'll have to see. Sorry about lighting, I know. Bloody lighting on YouTube is a nightmare. So I've just nipped outside now that it's quieting down a bit, and I've filled up my stove. I'm going to start making a brew. That'll probably take quite a while, but I just have to keep refilling it. I've just realised that my milk's frozen. Yeah, one slice or two. That's not going to melt, is it? I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Maybe have to scrape it out with my scrape some out with that. It's not Michelin star, you know, in here. Good manage though. Oh, again, well, that wind just started picking up again. It's what time is it? 25 to 11. But let me have a look outside, see what's going on. Moon there up in the sky. Sky's cleared again. So I'm going to zip that up for tonight and call it a night, and hope, leave that vent open, and hope that wind doesn't get too bad. But there's nothing else I can do now. We're all pegged in securely, so there's nothing more I can do. I made my brew, that was good, and I've eaten everything. All I've got left for tomorrow is that. So that's it. Yeah, that's it. Got the vents open. Hopefully keep any condensation down, and I shall see you in the morning. All right. Well, it's nearly 6 AM now, and those winds arrived about 4 o'clock. The Allak is taking a battering. Sounds like it's hailstoning as well. so I just want to sit tight until it comes light. So it's 10 to 6, it comes light about probably about 7:30, maybe 8:15. The last thing I do is want to get out in this in the dark. But, hopefully the tent's going to be okay. But it's been taking a real battering. I've not measured the wind speeds because I ain't getting out in this. The wind speeds were, I looked at the weather forecast, it was talking about mid-30s, 40 odd gusts, and pretty much staying like that once it starts now, pretty much staying like that right through the morning, and actually increasing later in the day, but I'll be gone by then. Yeah, so just going to sit tight and hopefully we'll be okay. But I've not got much sleep, as you can imagine, in this, so I'm pretty tired. So it's 7:30 now, and it's just starting to come light. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to start moving around a bit in the tent, and I've got a brew that I didn't finish from last night. I'm just going to warm that up and drink that, eat my, what you call it, my cereal bar, and just start getting moving a bit really, just inside the tent. By another half hour it should be a bit more light. I've just had a look outside, and I can see out to the coast, but the cloud are basically very low, so we ain't going to get a sunrise, that's for sure. And then I'll start slowly packing things away inside the tent, and get myself ready for getting out there, which I'm not looking forward to. But this is camping in the mountains in winter. It can be rough sometimes. You've got to be prepared for it. Right, get that kettle on. Looks like snow blowing across there. And that snow now has arrived at us. Cheers. Okay, so pretty much got everything packed away now in the rucksack there, just a few bits I can still need, and I'm going to get out the tent now. I need to get my crampons on, but I'm not putting them on until I get the tent put away, because I don't want to damage the tent with the crampons. What I also want to do, I want to measure this wind speed, because I like to give you the facts about wind speed, and I like to show you the tent in the wind speed, and I'll give you the real wind speed, not the YouTube wind speed, if you know what I mean. as you can see there, that's pretty much, it's high 20s, isn't it? Highest I got was 30 peaks, but it's pretty constant high 20s. What I've done now, I've just found a bit of shelter just around the side of these rocks. So the tent's there. I know that if I need to get out the wind, I can retreat to this point here. And I'm probably going to bring my rucksack round here as well. And I'll start taking the tent down, but it is a bit more sheltered here just behind these rocks. Oh, I'm not looking forward to this. Worst bit done. Got the poles out. As you can see, it's all still pegged in though. Vital that you do not take the pegs out. Just get the poles out and get it as low as possible. Now we'll start taking the pegs out. Leave the windy end ones in. I'll start taking those out from the other side first. Right, so I just keep coming back to this shelter bit to put the stuff away. See how good it is to have this little bit of shelter rather than doing everything out in the open where the tent is. The tent's just there now, it's safe enough, it's all low down to the ground, so it's quite safe. The most difficult bit is getting it in the bag. But, I'll go and take a few more pegs out, then I can start getting it in the bag. Out now. Just left that one in there. It's a trekking pole actually. Got my bag. Try not to lose this bag. Got to get all that in this bag. Right, so that's the tent away finally. What I've got to do now is tidy all this up, get it in the rucksack nice and tidily. I'm going to get my crampons on and then I can start making the descent, which is pretty steep actually, and I need to be really careful on this descent, and visibility isn't too good either. Right, let's get all this packed away. So everything's packed up in the rucksack now, checking balls ready. Got my crampons on. We'll start this descent now. I need to be really careful on this. Just that way. So I've just got out of the clag and look at the views now, superb. Cloud base is probably about 2,000 feet. Look at that. That's where I've just come down from up there. And heading that way is pathless, as I said before. There is a path round here, but you just can't see it. Everything's covered in snow, and it's even when you can see it, the path's very vague. I'm just heading for across there somewhere, in that direction anyway. Well, that's really weird. I just reached this point, and the wind just dropped to nothing at all. Back a bit now. There's looking up to slight side where I was last night. I tell you what, if you want a challenge, do this route in winter. It's basically from Warhouse Farm, looking up on the map. It's the tourist route to Scafell, which I reckon is the hardest summit to get to in the Lake District. In my opinion, it is Scafell. Whichever way you go, it's difficult. But this in winter, I mean, you're not even going to Scafell, you're just going to Slideside there. If you want a challenge, try this in winter, because it's a killer, honestly. Maybe you're younger and fitter than I am, but I've done some tough stuff in Scotland as well. But I tell you what, this is tough. And winter, oh god. And when I was thinking up on my tent, I'm thinking. When I was after that first night, I thought I'm not going to do this again, so I need to get up there now. That's why I stayed the second night. But coming down now, I'm thinking, God, I can't believe I came up this in these conditions. Right, so it's clearing now, and it's absolutely beautiful. That wind's just dropped again. But what I do want, it's not so bad for being hungry. I want a drink. I'm really thirsty. So I reckon I'm probably about an hour from the car, maybe something like that. So I'm looking forward to getting back to the car. I've got some sandwiches in the car as well. The wind's come back. Look at the clouds though. Out to the west. But there's a change coming with the weather. Definitely there's a change coming. It's getting warmer and wetter, windier, horribler. So I'm glad I took the opportunity to get out while I did. keep thinking I'm going to take these crampons off, but then I come across patches of ice like this on the path, so I just left them on. But look at this, what a place. 2 days, I haven't seen anyone for 2 days in the Lake District. Can you believe that? In a place like this, look at it. All to myself. Just Bowfell and Crinkle Crags. See Hard Knot there. Camped on all these. Heart of Fell looking beautiful, sun coming out behind it. Some blue skies there as well. Yeah, I've camped on all these. There's where we were last night up Slight Side. What a place, what a place. I'm sad to be going back, but I'm starving and I'm thirsty, so I need to get back to my car. But I've really enjoyed this, it's been amazing. I'd recommend you come to this area, although not all of you, because then it'll be too busy for me, won't it? Yeah, it's a fantastic area. It's probably the remotest area in the Lake District, but it is tough, especially in winter. And camps like that, some people probably say I make it look too easy, but I've built up my experience probably 7 years, and I've done a lot of camping in that time. So, you know, I might make it look easy, but if you don't know what you're doing, you can soon get into trouble at places like that. So if you want to do things like that, just build it up slowly, build up your experience, and don't go on doing something like this on your own, especially until you've built up that experience and you know what you're doing and you've got the right equipment. But that's only half the battle, you need to know how to use it as well. Yeah, so there's a lot of thought goes on in the background as to what I'm doing. It doesn't just, I don't just blasé, just get on with it. I do think about what I'm doing quite a lot, and that comes with experience. Right, although it's sheltered here, look at the speed of those clouds. I'll just shut up for a minute and listen to the silence. Just looking up to the Hard Knot Pass there, you can see that. That's closed. That'll just be solid ice. It's bad enough when it's summer. And then the other side drops into the Rhinos Pass. Yeah, back in the car now. Can't wait. Once you see that car, that's like, woof, straight to it. Knackered, absolutely knackered. Oh, I can't believe it, what a beautiful sight that is. My car down there, oh God, I'm absolutely knackered. I just need some food and some sit down and, oh God. But that's been an amazing trip. I've just seen 3 guys there, the first people I've seen for 2 days. I've just had a chat with them, they're heading up Scarfell. So I hope you've enjoyed the video too. Get in the comments, I always love to hear from you guys. If you've got any questions for me, I'll try and answer them. If you just got any comments about the video, or if you've got any advice, I always appreciate your advice too. And yeah, big thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. See ya.
Out here on the street, I'm losing my way. You've gotten to me, and that's my message. Some might say I can't get too far without seeing your face. Oh, you gave me your heart and took it away. I'm going underground.